All right, so lastly, that brings us to Jeremy from YouTube. This one actually kind of made me laugh. He asked, why would Browns fans want to trade for a 32-year-old wide receiver who missed half the season last year with a hamstring injury and pay him $15 million when we have a 29-year-old receiver who missed half of last year with a knee injury and we were paying him $15 million? He's talking about Julio Jones from the Falcons. This did make me chuckle. That being said, I don't know. Would you trade for Julio? It depends on what are you giving up. I saw they have a first round. I'm not giving up a first rounder.
That is smoke, bro. They do not have a first rounder for him.
Yeah, I'm not giving up.
They're saying they have a first rounder for him.
Now, if it's like a third rounder or a second rounder or like a third rounder in Njoku.
I don't even. The thing with Njoku is they're saying like he's 100, like everything's good. Like they're going into camp, like he's happy.
That's the last 3 years.
Yeah.
The dude still doesn't catch the Falcons.
Well. Yeah.
I think Njoku.
But he did play better last year, but he only had like 19 catches.
I don't think that's a realistic one to throw out there because they just drafted Kyle Pitts 4th overall. Fourth? Yeah. And they've got Hayden Hurst. I don't think a tight end would be what they're looking for, but I see what you're saying.
I'm thinking like a middle draft pick and then a guy.
Yeah. What do you think?
Well, so what are we talking about? Are we talking about OBJ and Julio? Or
okay, let's do it that way.
Okay.
Would you trade OBJ straight up right now for Julio Jones?
So I'm going to go ahead and before we even say if we would do that or not, the Browns kind of leaked to Mary Kay Cabot that they're not interested. They basically said in that trade straight up for those two. If it's Beckham for Julio, we're good. They said we like what we have in Beckham. We're excited for the year. He's going to come back. We're excited to see what he does. For me,
it's tough for me to say this because I'm a big OBJ guy, but I would make that move.
I don't think I would make that move, but I completely get what you're saying. Like for me, we should have had Julio. We should still have Julio. Yeah. We should have just drafted the guy, and then we don't even every time we do this, and we're like, yeah, man, we really could have had, man, what would we have to give up to get Patrick Mahomes? We could have just had him. Like if we
jump in our DeLorean and go back in time.
So, like for me, don't get me wrong, Julio Jones, stud. The guy is awesome. He's great. I'd like to see what happens. I'm at the point now with with Beckham where I just want to see what happens. You have a lot of potential. If you get that guy that you had in New York where nobody can cover him, and even if he's double covered, he still just shreds defenses.
Here's my thing. They're two very different players.
Yeah.
And I think what the kind of player that Julio is the kind of receiver that would do the Browns a lot of good. A big-bodied guy that can just run down the field, and you can throw it up to him, and he's going to out-muscle, out-jump everybody and make that catch in traffic. Also, he missed half the games last year, and he seems to always be kind of banged up, but until last year, the dude always played.
Yeah, he never really missed a ton of time.
No, he just he's got a broken ankle, but he'll play. So and Odell he's kind of fallen into it's always the big injury now. The ankle, the knee. I mean, so I don't know. I would consider making that trade. I think Julio is the deep threat, and then you got Higgins and Landry and Hooper and Njoku underneath, and you got Schwartz with speed. I don't know. That's the kind of receiver that the Browns have lacked basically since Joe Jaravicius.
If it was Julio straight up for Beckham, I wouldn't consider the trade. I would just do it. I would just do it.
Straight up, huh?
Straight up, because I hate saying this, this far ahead of the training camp and everything, but I don't know. I don't know if Beckham's going to be the same receiver he was in New York. I don't know. I think that time has passed, personally.
Why?
No way. I don't think the time is. No. I absolutely disagree.
Even the games he played last year, he still cannot be covered one-on-one.
Yeah. And he catches the.
You watch that Dallas game and think he's not explosive?
I didn't say he's not explosive. I just don't. First of all, I just don't think he can. It's not sustainable.
My only thing with him is and I'd like to see. That's why I want to see. But so far, it just hasn't worked in Cleveland. It just I don't know if because we always say, is it a Baker thing? What's going on?
In my opinion, it's been a situation thing. He came into Cleveland with Freddie, same way Baker had a crap season with Freddie. And then he had to try to learn a new offense over Zoom. And before the team and Baker and the coach could all hit their stride, he got hurt. He has yet to play on this Browns team like that's been functional and not in disarray.
I want to be so wrong about this. I really do, guys.
Well, you couldn't have been more wrong about the Browns last year. So
you're right. I was again, and I said then too. I want to be wrong.
We can't keep doing that to this man. No, I saw that guy make catches. Even the one that stands out to me too is that Indianapolis game where he made that free catch and they challenged it. And I still think he has it, and I could be wrong. I absolutely could be wrong, but everything I've seen going into this year is he looks great. He looks really, really explosive. He's not even 100% yet. I'm all in. Like, for me, I'm all in.
But this is kind of like that prove that you still have it year, because after this will be 30. You know what I mean? Like, if he gets hurt again this year and misses 10 games,
I think unless he has a absolute, and the thing that's crazy is in this system, and maybe it's just how we started it last year. I know we went more pass heavy the second half, but this isn't like a pass friendly offense. You know what I mean? Like, I think that he has to have a monster year just for the Browns to even stay on the team, because he makes a lot of money. I don't know. For me, it's hard to believe that if it comes down to him or Jarvis, we get rid of Jarvis and keep him. And we might end up getting rid of both of the guys. I mean, seriously.
Jarvis is always available.
Now, here's the thing, though, too. What if Odell plays all 17 games and puts up 1,300 yards and
that's what I'm
8
saying.
touchdowns this year? Who do you keep?
I know.
But what does Jarvis do this year?
Well, Jarvis had his year last year wasn't that great
900.
Until the end. Yeah. You got to keep Beckham.
Hey, you know what?
They make the same amount of money.
It's a good problem to have. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
so here's my thing is, so you said to make the trade because you think Beckham's done, which I think is erroneous on all accounts.
I don't think he's done.
And I said I would make the trade because I think fit-wise, Julio provides something that Odell just doesn't provide right now. So who's more right? Or do we not even consider?
Just keep him. Just keep him, guys.
and again, I am definitely on pro keeping Odell all the time. I've been a staunch supporter of Odell. That being said, Julio is very good, and I just like the big bodied, can go up, get it no matter where it is kind of receiver.
And I've kind of always been the him ho Odell guy. So
it's
I guess we're staying true to our to our character.
It's a problem where it's like, hey, would you like chocolate cake or would you like this other chocolate cake? You know what I mean? Like, you're going to eat the chocolate cake. Just take it. It's delicious. But yeah, I mean, I get it. I get either way. I'm excited to see what happens.
Please comment and tell Josh how wrong he is about Odell.
I don't think Odell's done. I think the guy's 29.
Yeah.
He's got a lot left.
A lot. I would say he's got
a little.
As long as he's healthy, he's got 4 to 5 good years in him.
I can make the argument. I think Julio's closer to being done than Odell.
He's older.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, we'll just have. The thing is, we'll see how this year plays out.
You just said you didn't like Odell because he's getting closer to 30, and Julio's 32.
But Odell's getting close to 30, and he has how many years in a row now of these missing injuries?
He played, in his defense, with Freddie. He was out there.
Yeah.
He was out there. He wasn't healthy, though. It was the hamstring thing, but he played
still put up
those
over
games.
1,000.
Yep. And then before that, I think he was very, very healthy, except for that one year where Cleveland played them in the preseason, and that dude hit him in the ankle, and it messed. And I'm pretty sure it broke his ankle.
But Odell started his career injured. He didn't play the first 4 games.
Yeah, and I picked him up in fantasy, and all he did
I did too back then.
And he won me a fantasy championship.
Me too,
actually. Brother.
Same year.
Yeah. So, and I remember watching him being like, I'm pretty sure they got him at 12. So if you told me this year, hey, Beckham's going to miss 4 games, but he's going to come out and he's going to give you 12 touchdowns and
1,300 yards.
I would be like, I don't even care. Hell, we played 3 garbage opponents at the beginning of the year, so other than Kansas City, it'll be fine. But yeah, I don't know.
I guess that's just what sucks for me is he was on track to be like one of the best receivers ever when he started out his career in New York, and I don't know. I guess I've just been disappointed.
I think it's just and I get that, but I think it's just a typical
What's crazy
Cleveland
to me is that you've been disappointed in Odell, but you're talking that Baker's going to be MVP.
Yeah.
They have very similar careers in Cleveland.
Oh no! Come on now.
Oh, here we
They
go.
both had a good year and a bad year.
Baker's had 2 good years. Last year was phenomenal. The way he came on that second half of the year.
Okay, so in Odell went for over 1,000, and then last year got hurt.
Correct.
So they're very similar. And I would make the argument that Baker's second year was way worse than anything Odell's done for the Browns.
I think they sucked equally. Look,
Odell having a terrible year doesn't. Odell can be awful and not even play, and the Browns can win 12 games. Baker was awful, and we only won 6 games.
He does a lot too that people don't even notice.
Watch Kareem Hunt catch a touchdown, and then look at right over next to him. And there's 3 people looking at Odell.
Look, if Odell has a phenomenal season this year and everything, I'll walk this back in a heartbeat. But until that happens, I'm not just going to flippy flop my.
Except for those 2 years where he got hurt, which is last year, and then the year with New York where he broke his ankle. He literally went 1,300, 1,450, 1,300, 1,000, 1,000. The guy's got 51 touchdowns for his career. He's a stud.
Yeah.
We're going to be all right.
Let's let him play in an offense with a competent Baker and a good coach.
I hope he does.
And I could be wrong.
He can.
I'll tell you what, and if we are wrong, man, we'll know because national media will hear about it every day.
And he's yet to play with a good Baker on the Browns. He is yet to play with a good Baker because first half of the year last year, Baker wasn't awful, but we still didn't know if he was the guy.
I mean, you literally were shopping him for anybody last year.
Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, and then you got married and just things turned around and was like, you wanted Minshew for him. I don't think Minshew's going to be on. I mean, he's what, second, third quarterback on Jacksonville now?
Second.
I don't know. Tebow's probably second.